It's a Scream, baby.
It's a motherfucking Scream, baby. Your mother is no Sharon Stone, okay? She's no Sharon Stone, all right? But, yo, Scream motherfucking 5 hit theaters January 14th of 2022. My most anticipated movie of the year. I'm a huge Scream fanatic. You guys can see with Mr. Ghostface right there. You guys know if you've been checking out the channel. I love Scream. Favorite horror movie. Reason why I love horror movies. All that good jazz. But I'm going to let my man take it away for a second. What are your overall thoughts on Scream 5, baby? You know what I'm saying? Just like overall, we're going to get into a little more nitty gritty, but what's your overall thoughts after coming out of Scream 5?
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I liked it better than I thought I would because it just seems they've made a lot of them, you know, but it was good. It surprised me. And I was like yelling in the theater too. Kitty knows I was yelling.
Dude. We saw it together, man, and he was yelling for sure. He's like, "Damn, whoa!" He's like, "Wait, is it him? Is it her?"
Yeah. I was
like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "C-Dub's into this one."
Everybody's
for sure.
mad at me.
But bro, like the whole crowd was like into the movie too. Like,
it was good.
It was such a fun watch, man. Like,
the gore was there. It was good.
Like it wasn't like Michael, Freddy, Jason necessarily, but Scream doesn't necessarily do that, you know. And I kind of like that. I kind of like it's a little. I don't know if classy is the word, but I like how it's a little more pulled back.
Yeah.
In that genre,
it is like that. Yeah,
it's more grounded, but yeah, man.
I mean, a lot of people getting stabbed. That's what I really meant.
But you know, it all plays into stab movies and shit in the movie. But yeah, man. I mean. What were your thoughts on the new cast, man? Like, did you think these actors really brought it? Because some people didn't really dig them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the online discourse, you know. A lot of people didn't seem
I like the main girl, Tara, or what's her name?
Tara, man.
Tara's great.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega, man. If there's some way in hell that you ever see this, you fucking killed it. You were, like, the best part of the new stuff in the Scream film. And not to take away from Melissa Barrera as Sam, her sister, because I really dug her too.
Yeah,
and I think
she was good too.
She's getting a little, not as much credit as I feel she deserves. Because Tara was great. I feel like she kind of stole the show. They weren't intending that. You know what I mean? They kind of wanted to prop up Sam, but I feel like just Jenna Ortega just came in and killed it, man. Like every scene she had, like from the opening sequence, man, she just. It felt real. Like, I was like, man, it feels like someone's actually busting in, like, some girl's house right now and really about to stab her up. And just the whole way the Ghostface is playing with the phone, and she's like, oh, shit. Like, but she was fighting back, too, man. That's what I like.
Yeah.
She was beating Amber's ass later on, and she was, like, fucking on her crutches and shit.
And I thought Amber was good, too. She really, plays the part of Psycho good.
Mikey Madison has also been getting a little bit of hate online and a little bit of people are talking a little shit, but I felt like she nailed it, man. I thought she played both sides of the character well, where you weren't, like, I suspected her the whole time.
Yeah, me too.
For sure. That's the one of my few criticisms of the film. I felt like my boy's Radio Silence could have masked it a little better, a la Scream 2, where I didn't know who the killer was.
You know what, but sometimes it's like reverse psychology where you're like, that's so too obvious
like
that
Billy.
You don't.
Yeah. You know?
So I think they meant to do that.
Right.
But maybe not.
But I just felt like, with Billy, we had like a definitive, like, okay, you know what? Maybe it's not. They let him go.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know about the two people. So you're like, oh, I see. I get you. But with her, I felt like they never created any doubt after I grew the suspicion. You know what I'm saying? Like the opening sequence with her, like, you know, brushing her hair or whatever in the video, and her being, and him or Ghostface being like, oh, I'll chop this bitch up right now, bro. I'm right here. I'm like, that was played pretty well, where it did throw me off of her. But once they had that conversation in the bar, and she's like, you know, Sam's just a big piece of shit and left her behind, and fuck that bitch. I'm like, see?
But then they throw you off with Kirsch, which I think I didn't expect him to be.
Robbie, I wasn't like 100%. I was like, are they going to
I was like, he's not, he doesn't even look like he could hold a knife.
Yeah.
You know?
He didn't give off any vibes of
nobody.
that.
Yeah.
The only suspicious thing with him was he said he never saw the Stab movies. Because I'm like, really, bruh? Not one of the 8 Stab movies, man. There's very few people I know that haven't seen like one of like the big 3, you know, Freddie, Michael, Jason. You know what I'm saying? Drew's seen some of those. You know what I'm saying? Even against his will, even. He's seen some of them. So I'm just like, really, bro? You ain't seen some of this? You don't know about them? What do you mean? And then the whole thing where she's like, all right, Netflix, what were you doing? You know, you're sitting in here watching Netflix. That's your alibi? I was like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. hold on. But just the way Jack Quaid played it and the way they portrayed it in the film was perfect to me because you just didn't have like a definitive like, oh, it's him. You couldn't really definitively say it, kind of like Stu or Mickey in the original 2 films, or even what's her face? I don't know why I'm forgetting Amber Roberts' name in Scream 4. Jill, Sydney's niece. I didn't suspect her at all in Scream 4, to be honest with you, because they really played it out well and where they placed her at certain times. Until the very end of the movie, I didn't suspect anything because she was just missing for a fat minute. But that was the only time I did. So I thought Robbie was played excellently by Jack Quaid. I thought the whole arc with him and Sam and their relationship did feel genuine. I thought that chemistry was really cool too.
That's why it's wild to see that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think even their chemistry was better than like Sid and Billy. Like I actually was like, damn, dude, he's the killer? Damn.
Yeah.
You cold, dog.
Yeah.
Like she damaged and you just out here taking advantage. Like, that's cold. He's like, it's gonna be as easy to kill you as it was to fuck you. I was like, damn. Did you just say that right now? I was like, damn, that's like some un-PC shit to say right there, bro. He's like, it's as easy as a fuck.
And I like their backstory of like they found each other on what was it? Was it Reddit or something?
Reddit,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm like,
that. Yes,
that's hilarious. That's
yes.
like some real ass like realistic.
Because
shit.
Reddit motherfuckers be getting kind of like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just the Last Jedi. Relax. Don't come and kill me in my sleep. All right.
Yeah. They're
Jesus.
about it.
Yeah, I know Luke didn't swing a lightsaber really, but relax. Goddamn. Could we calm down? But man, I just love the new cast, and I like the way that they use the legacy cast overall as well. I like that we didn't get a lot of Sydney personally. I'm just like, I had her for 4 films.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know, like
I think you could even do it without the old cast personally.
Me too. Like if they don't, I know they're talking to Nev Campbell right now about Scream 6. Hint, hint, because we're going to talk about that at the end of this segment. But Scream 6 is announced, and they're in talks with Nev Campbell. So I'm open for it. I'm not like, no, don't bring her back. But I'm just like, I'm cool if you don't. Because this new cast, to me, I'm like, I'm down to go with the sisters. Let's rock.
Yeah,
Let's
and
roll.
those women are, I mean, they're pretty old now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's getting to that point a little bit. We know we got Jamie Lee Curtis running around in the Halloween world. I get it. But it's just, it's I don't know. It's kind of different. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's, because it's more realistic, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to be running from a killer. Like,
yeah,
you can't
for
be
real.
old.
Yeah, and it's like, how many times you gonna win, Sydney? God damn.
Yeah,
like,
and then it gets unrealistic. Like,
exactly.
Oh, no. Like, if you're gonna bring them back, they should die.
See,
That'd be crazy.
I feel Sydney needs to be death proof for me, at least.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I just feel like it's like we had 5 films of her journey to see her die as a mother when she finally found happiness. That seems a little fucked up.
Oh no, that would be pretty twisted.
I'm like, Gail, I'm all about it. I'm like, you could take her out. Because Dewey to me was a bummer as well. That's one of the huge spoilers I just didn't want to even hint at on the channel. My boy Dewey's gone, man. He's gone.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That was my favorite character too.
He was one of my favorite Scream characters, bro. And like, he was like almost my favorite thing in this movie. Like him, Tara, and just all the meta commentary of this was like my favorite things in the movie. Dewey was badass in this thing.
But that's why he had to die. It pulls on all our heartstrings.
Right.
That's what they want.
It builds stakes.
Yeah.
And it has an emotional connection with the audience, whether it's through fans like me that know everything, or people that just got to know him through his story in this movie, where he's down on his luck.
Yeah,
he's an alcoholic, but they don't go too heavy into it. And he's lost his wife. He's divorced. He lost his career and shit. I'm like, damn. And one cool Easter egg right there that they had in this that they haven't actually addressed was his sister, Tatum. He had her ashes right there on the mantle, which was really cool. I was like, damn, they finally, acknowledged that. Like, that grief of losing your little sister like that, because they never really addressed it.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah. And you never got to see Dewey react to it, you know what I'm saying? Because all the crazy shit going on at the end of Scream, which is one of the best endings of all time, by the way. But yeah, man, getting back on track. But yeah, man, Dewey is gone, man, and it's a bummer. I do have one problem with the kill scene, though. So, since Robbie's right there, we'd have to assume it was Amber, right? Mm-hmm. Amber can put 2 knives in this dude and lift him?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I couldn't probably lift him. So I don't know about that. You know? Like, Mikey Madison's even smaller than me, and I'm a pretty small guy. So I don't see her lifting heavy-ass Dewey. David Arquette's not exactly a slight guy.
Yeah.
Not like a huge dude, but I don't know about that. Now, there is a rumor going on right now, to take a little bit of a tinfoil tangent, that
shoot.
was actually Stu Macher.
Oh shoot.
Because a lot of people think that Ghostface looked really tall in the scene.
Yeah, he looks
which
super
I think the
tall.
Same thing.
Too.
And I understand it's stunt people in the costume doing the kill scenes, but it was like,
dude, he's like 8 feet tall.
He's taller than Robbie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like, wait a minute.
I thought they were just wearing stilts. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just like, see, but
then you're running.
yeah, but I'm like, you couldn't run like that or do anything. You couldn't fight nobody
no
in that.
way.
What are you, a black belt? What the fuck? So yeah, there's some logic issues with the death, but overall, I like the way that they did it. Like like this motherfucker's dead this time.
Yeah, it was a cool.
You know, there ain't no questions about it. He's dead as fuck this time. But man, and he's David Arquette's kind of bummed about it. I did see that online. Really? Yeah, he's like, I'll never forgive you for killing my favorite character. But he might just being a little tongue in cheek. But I know he's bummed about it. I'm sure.
He's crying about it.
I hope not, but he was like the first one to sign on too, like from the original cast. Like he was all about it. Damn. So it's kind of sad to see him go for sure. But yeah, that's one Scream 6 prediction. I'm gonna jump a little early and say, Gale, opening scene. Yeah. Dang. Let's go, baby. Because then it creates urgency for Sydney again. Then it's like, oh shit, there you go. Like it just creates like a huge opening. Like how are you gonna top this last opening? That's one of the best of all time.
Yeah, that was good.
It's almost as good as the fucking original. I did a ranking.
You know what? Actually, there's something wrong with that. Is in the opening where she locks the doors. I'm like, why weren't they locked already? You got this crazy security system.
Yeah, I know, huh?
All of a sudden, locks all the doors. Everything was unlocked, and this
Unlocked.
system.
I'm like, this motherfucker's hacking. Like who? So who's hacking here? Robbie or Amber?
Yeah, that was cool though. Yeah.
But it was still a cool scene though.
Yeah, when the hacking was cool.
But it's still like, damn, really? Damn, you some smart motherfuckers, I guess. But man, what's some other stuff, man? And I liked pretty much all the new characters, man. I think the only character to me that was like whatever's was like Liv.
Yeah.
You know,
I could care less.
But they just didn't give him much time with that character.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of characters just didn't get much time, though.
Yeah. Like, one character I was kind of bummed about, just because I like the actor a lot, and I liked the character for the most part in the movie, was Wes, played by Dylan Minnette. I was kind of bummed he didn't have a bigger role and survive at least to, like, the end.
Big actor, too.
Yeah. He's, like, the biggest actor of the young actors, next to Melissa Barrera, because she's kind of blowing up. And then Jenna Ortega's on her way, but yeah, man, that was kind of a bummer. But I really liked him in the movie overall. I liked how he was like, tape over your fucking cameras, get off social media. Like, he's like, all right, Edward Snowden. But I'm like, hey, Wes is on to something, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Edward Snowden's a hero.
Exactly. I'm like, he was on to something, bro. He smart niggas, man. It's the quiet ones, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And I liked how he had a crush on Tara, but I'm like, oh, we didn't get to see him address that, Yeah. I wish we could have got like a scene at the party, He's like, oh, Tara's here. Wait, I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you something, and then he's like, he keeps like struggling to tell him, and then imagine that Amber shot him instead of shooting Liv. You know what I mean? That'd have been like a big impact. Like, what? Damn. No, not Wes. He already killed his mom. Now you just shot him in the face? Come on.
That'd have been heavy.
Cause I liked how they killed his mom. Like, I liked how Judy got taken out because it's like a character that you at least have some familiarity with, so it has a little more stakes to it, I guess you could say. And I really like the actress overall, man. She's been killing it since The Sandlot, man.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? But freaking, but yeah, and I love the new twins, Mindy and Chad Meeks Martin, Randy's fucking niece and nephew. They were some of my. I would say Mindy was definitely one of my favorite parts.
She's
of the
a huge
film.
Fanatic. Huh?
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much the female version of me, right?
Yeah,
there.
I literally
you know what I'm
was gonna
saying?
say that.
Like that's totally like she's like, dude, we're in a requel right now.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I love how she's breaking down, like fans get pissed off.
And then she was yelling at the TV. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no worse. Oh, yeah, she's like, dude, come on, turn around. Bro, that was one of the most, like, meta on meta things
that was,
ever.
like, crazy.
That was fantastic. And then they subvert it because she turns around, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was just like, I'm out of here. This movie's too good. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, my God, man. That was great. I just can't wait to, dude, it's going to be on Blu-ray pretty soon. I think, like, March 1st or some shit. I'm buying a day of, bro. I gotta watch that movie like once a goddamn week. That thing is so good.
Wow.
Nah, not literally, but man, I'm gonna be watching that movie at least once a year, for sure.
Yeah,
that thing is
good.
great. Such a great addition, man. But one thing I do want to highlight, other than Mindy, because she is freaking awesome, and I'm sure she'll be back for the sequel because everyone's pretty much down to do it. Like I said, man, Melissa Barrera is not getting enough love in this movie, man. I don't get it. Some people say they outright don't like the character. I don't get it, man.
Bro.
Like, she's the most relatable character to me since Sydney.
If you got haters, you're doing something right, bro.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I've been thinking about, too. I'm like, man, these people don't get it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I love the whole story of her being an offspring of Billy motherfucking Loomis, man. Like, that's just crazy. Like, who the fuck predicted that before this movie dropped? No motherfucking body, bro. I sure as hell didn't predict that.
Yeah.
And then the visions they did with the de-aged, almost said Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, that was really awesome too. And he just got right back in the character, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's like, let's cut some fucking throats. I was like, yep, that's the end of Scream 1 right there. You know what I'm saying? When he's just going ape shit. That's the Billy I remember. Like, that was tight, man. And then the whole thing with her mom being an alcoholic, which I wish they would have explored a bit more. But that whole thing, too, because the original script had her mom appear in the movie. Like, she would, like, get an Uber home and, like, stumble in drunk and shit and have, like, a whole big, like, confrontation with Sam, you know?
Damn.
So I'm kind of sad they cut that because I think that would have actually built her character up a bit more. It made people connect maybe a little bit more with her if they already did it. You know what I'm saying? But I loved her character in the film. Like, I thought just acting-wise, she killed it, especially in the third act when she was slicing homie up like it was fucking dinner time. I was like, God damn, that might be the most anyone's been sliced up in one of these movies. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker looks like fucking Freddy Krueger or some shit right here. He's like, what about my ending? Oh, here it is. I'm like, oh, dude, she just went full Billy right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that was tight. Like, that was probably one of the most badass, like a final girl ending type things ever since Scream 2, where Sydney's shooting people in the head and shit. So that was dope, man. I gotta say, this is might be one of the best endings since the first two. Like, honestly, like, so good. I'd probably say like Scream 1, Scream 2, and then this ending. Like,
and it's all about
for
the
sure.
ending with Scream, you know?
Yep. It's all about the opening scene, the reveal, and then the ending act, and then the ultimate setup for what's to come.
Yeah, the
But
opening scene too, though.
opening scene,
Yeah.
fan-fucking-tastic. Spoilers if you haven't checked out my ranking, but it's high up there, guys. Out of all 5 openings, it's high up there. It's top 3. I love this freaking opening scene. Like I said, Jenna Ortega should get an Oscar for the scene. No, I was playing. But she was freaking great, though. She was freaking great. And just Ghostface breaking people's legs and shit. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's the brutality we're missing here. That was great, man. Stabbing Wes through the neck. Oh, we're all up against the wall, man. I'm like, full penetration, dude. Like, oh, that was fucked. And then, shit, man. Like, and then the whole ending with oh, you need to go to the restroom or something?
No, I'm gonna take them
Oh,
off.
okay.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no worries. But yeah, what's it called? Damn, I totally lost my train of thought for some reason. Oh, yeah. But then the whole ending fight with, like, Amber, Sydney, and Gail, that was fantastic as well, dude. I really enjoyed that. They're throwing the bitch over the damn counter and shit. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, bro.
Ragdoll.
Get that ass. Get that ass. And she's like, oh, I got your ending. Enjoy that torch, bitch. She lit on fire and shit. I'm like, God damn, dude. This is sick. This movie's fire. God damn. Literally. I'm like, that's one of the gnarliest kills in Scream right there. I'm like, this bitch got lit on fire, bro. Like, damn. This is crazy. Leo DiCaprio, put that flamethrower away, man. Because that's a direct fucking Easter egg to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, dude. You know they had to do that on purpose.
Same actress.
Exactly, dude. Like, they may not have cast her just to do that, but I guarantee you during the process, they're like, whoa, what if we do that, dude? Remember that shit?
Tarantino just comes out of nowhere.
Bro.
I got an idea.
Imagine he was like, he came through to the studio. He's like, I heard you're making a Scream. Let me check this shit out. Because he's a big horror fan.
Oh, for
You never
sure.
know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like, shit, dude. I'm thinking, what am I talking about? We did miss something. The reveal. Were you happy with the motivations of the killers and all that? Do you think it made sense to you?
Yeah, it made
Sure
a
as hell
lot
made
of
sense to me.
Yeah, and I just like their backstory. It seems all realistic to me.
Toxic fandom, dog.
Yeah,
That's a thing right
exactly.
now. A man that called himself the Joker went to a screening and committed a very terrible act. You know, like, that's legitimately happened over a decade ago. So, and that changed the way that you can go to the movies. You can't even cosplay and go to the movies anymore because of that kind of shit. So I was like, see, like, people are missing some of the brilliance with this movie, man. I'm like, that is so spot on right there. And they're like, we're gonna make the real stab because they don't respect the fans. They don't give a shit about the fans because so many fans in the world of fandom are so entitled these days, man. Especially in the Marvel, Star Wars, DC camp, bro. Some niggas be like, well, Last Jedi, you should have did this, and this should have been this and this. I'm like, are you writing the movie or are you watching the movie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to be disappointed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like you can't like critique everything. Like, you should have wrote it like this. You should have wrote it like that.
They want to be in the writer's room that bad.
You know what I mean? It's like I feel like there's like over criticism sometimes in the world of fandom, and you can't like be in the middle on movies either. You know what I mean? Like Spider-Man 3, I don't hate that movie. I think it's okay. You know, it's whatever's. But some people, it's like it's got to be great or it's got to be terrible. Like everything's got to be like one way or the other. You know, I don't know why everyone's so binary all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? But that's totally true in this movie, man. And I also feel like I could see like some crazy horror fan doing something like that. Like people committed acts inspired by artistic stuff all the time. Like movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos.
Don't
More
give
creative.
anybody any ideas.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. It's out there, man. Highway to Hell, all kinds of shit's gone down. But I love the reveal, man. I love the motivation between them two just being fans and wanting to create their own stab and create their own requel and all that. Like, I thought that was pretty damn cool, man. And just the way that their performances at the end came through, I thought they did a great job, man. Especially Mikey Madison. She stole the show for me. She's like, like, she's fucking, like, she's just, like, being funny and serious. She's, like, pulling that Matthew Lillard energy. And I'm like, that's a big fucking, like, compliment to be giving you those kind of vibes, bro. Because Stu's, like, one of those unmatched characters when it comes to, like, his performance, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
her eyes.
everyone loves Stu.
Her eyes just speak like crazy.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Like I really like Mikey Madison, man. Like I'm gonna be just watching everything she does from now on, just like Jenna Ortega, because them ladies are just killing it. Melissa Barrera as well. I've already I got to finish In the Heights. I did watch some of it. That's where I first saw her, but I definitely got to check out more of her stuff because she's killing it, man. So, but yeah, man. I mean, any negatives you want to point out of the movie, man? Anything you didn't like or thought was a little stoops that we haven't talked about? Before we move into the next section.
Yeah, just that she didn't have her door locked. Like,
yeah, that's true, man. I'm like 2021 or whatever the hell is supposed to take place. You ain't got your door locked. Come on.
yeah,
This is 1960. Come
yeah.
on. Lock your motherfucking doors. Come on. Get with the times. Yeah, man. I mean, other than them being a little too obvious with Amber,
And the height of the guy, the killer.
yeah, that's like
Ghostface.
that's a big issue, man.
Yeah, I
that's a
think
big
that's the
issue. 'Cause it's a
biggest
big
issue.
moment. So it's like, man, it's an issue.
But you can't, like, it would give it away the height if it just had to be the height of.
Yeah, like I
Both
said, man, that Stu theory is interesting.
Uh-huh.
It does pique my interest. I'm like,
Yeah.
I kind of wouldn't mind that being the explanation. But, man, but yeah, dude, I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm like, I really don't have too many negatives with this thing. Like, if I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah,
And
thought
I
it was
watched
excellent.
a lot of them before. I think that's my favorite Scream.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, even OG?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm not even hating. That's like, damn, dope. Like, that's cool, man. See, but that feels great 25, 26 years later to be able to say that about a horror franchise, that the fifth one is like the shit. Because it's like, that's so rare, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, even my boys, Jason, Freddie, and Michael, and the man, they rarely got 4 or 5 in that were all good. You know, it was like, a few were good, this one's bad, this one's all right. It's like, there's never like that full-on run where Scream 3 is kind of the stepchild of it, you know. It's kind of the weakest of the bunch. And I definitely still agree with that. But I still think Scream 3 is an entertaining, fun movie to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's just some
Which
of
is
the
your favorite?
It's always going to be the original.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to top that for me. But I'm going to do a ranking on the channel. I'm fighting right now with Scream 2 and Scream 5 of what's going to take 2. It's hard. I don't know. I can't choose, man. Because Scream 2, I feel like I've had all these years to watch it over and over again. And then this is just new. So I'm like, I hope it's not that recency bias that's getting to me right now. But I'm like, it's still a dope
could
movie
be
in its
that.
own right. But I'm like, is it better than Scream 2? I don't know. Because that's always been my second favorite. So I'm like, I don't know, man. It's hard. But it's definitely better than 4 and 3. Hands down.
That's
No
good.
questions asked. I really enjoyed this quite a bit more than the last one. And I still like 4. I enjoy all these films, man. But yeah, dude. And just some quick sequel talk before we wrap this thing up for Scream 5, dude. What's some stuff you want to see? Besides the big Gale death that we talked about, what else would you like to see with this new movie? New location? what would you like to see, man?
3 killers.
Shit, hey, it's possible.
Let's go. Yeah.
It's possible. The one thing I'm gonna say, a real crazy like theory. What if they do the original Scream 3 idea and have Stu that has a cult of people dressing up as Ghostface running around killing people? It'd be pretty cool to see them turn that back around, and I've seen people talk about it, so that'd be pretty tight. But kind of more likely, I guess you could say. I definitely hope the movie is just straight up focused on Sam and Tara. They're in a new location, doing their thing, and Ghostface, similar to Scream 2, brings the horror to them. And then Mindy and Chad are gonna get together, obviously, because they're siblings, and they're gonna go out and go see what's up with them. And then that's what's gonna bring in the whole thing, man. Like, I really hope we get out of Woodsboro for the next one for sure. It'd be cool to go to a new location again, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. And other than that, dude, just do what you did last time. Just have fun, have some good commentary. Don't get too meta for your own good, like Scream 3, and we'll be all right. I think it's gonna be a good time, man. But yeah, dude, drop your Scream 6 predictions down below, man. We want to know what you guys want to see, think you'll see, any big predictions or theories there. And give us your personal ranking of Scream 5, Scream 2022, whatever you want to call it. It's Scream 5 to me. Let us know what your ranking is. 1 out of 10 ghost faces. What you going to give it, man? What you going to give it? I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Woo, damn. Another 10 out of 10 on the channel, y'all. Another 10 out of 10. Like I said, man, like it's like I was leaning on 9.5, but I was like the Dewey scene and the obviousness of the reveal does kind of take some of the wins out of the sails for me. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go 9. I'm going to go 9. That's for sure. But it's like a 9 is still good. So don't chew my head off out there, man. It's still a great film, man. One of my favorites of this year for sure. It doesn't matter what comes out. It's going to be up there for sure.